years, bro. Can't lie to you, 7 years, 5 different prisons, and 6 months of being in the hole, in solitary confinement. They said 21 days will drive you insane. I was in there for 6 months, bro. Yeah, in the hole, keeping my sanity, my peace, you know what I mean? Seb, go lay down. My guard dog. Keeping my spiritual, you know what I mean? Man, when the spirit was telling me to give up and commit suicide, I heard all of that shit, bro. Yeah, I'm really connected. Like, I can give up, kill yourself, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna win. I had to tell that voice to get behind me, man. Really, that's what the words say. You know what I mean? So I had to do what I had to do. Stavo Allah, what's good?
What's good? What's
my
good?
Guy.
Come on.
We're doing a podcast today, my guy. Yeah, you want to meet your Stavo? Yeah, Stavo Allah. The podcast is called JCS.
Yeah, the JCS show.
The JCS show. Yeah, you being an entertainer and all that. I thought maybe I'd give you a little plug out.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah. That's what we do. You know that's what we do, Stavo.
Yeah, and I'll have to get links to your work and all that too. I'll post it on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, anyone
hot artist coming out. He got a hot track coming out, man. Like, it's called Beast Mode, feeling like Marshawn. Yes,
it's my favorite football player.
Yeah, you got that. You got that on there.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah, just dump that right quick because we just live right now. We doing something totally different on the JC.
I can see. Let me see.
Yeah, you can just go right there, type shit.
I can airdrop it. It's on all platforms too. Okay, yeah.
You heard him. We on all platforms. Yeah, Mothership Music Group, Godly Productions, Stavo in the building. Yeah, Headquarters Barbershop.
I can airdrop it too.
Tell my guy in, getting ready for these shows this weekend.
Where are you performing? I perform here. Next, are we doing something this weekend?
Yeah, we doing something on Friday night.
Friday, yeah, I'll be here then. Let me see. Yeah, I could just, I put on my airdrop, but I could, you just pull up on Friday.
Probably a lot in the building. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this video probably in the next week or two. Shoot this video, doing some real major stuff. We're gonna have to get you a VIP pass for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bump that bump that if you can real quick. Just give you a little taste of what it sound like.
Which one is it? Marshall. Oh, true.
Yeah, that Northwest.
Stavo. Yeah. Stavo. They like Marshall, finna go beast. I'm gonna try how look good. Stavo.
Yeah. This little song and the cracks the beat coming like.
Feel like Marshall, finna go beast mode. I'm gonna try how listen to the people. Life is a game. I got the cheat code. Life is a bitch.
Yeah, that's it. The rest you gotta go online and get it. How they get a hold of you, go?
You go on Stavo. You can go Stavo Gavi on Instagram, and I'm Stavo on all platforms. You'll just see me with the goals, and you'll see a picture of me.
Yeah.
So
link below.
Yeah. So we just just perfect time. This is what I do. I don't try to go to nobody's stages too much. I let everything happen naturally here. Man, shout out to you for having us on the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
First, I think it's gonna be our first podcast as a barbershop ever.
There you go.
So yeah,
first of that.
Yes, sir. So anything you want to ask us, man? We keep it real raw. It's barbershop up in here.
Yeah. So I mentioned to you before, but people watching the question on this podcast is, what are your values in the context of your life story? So, I'm really just trying to learn as much as I can as a human, as a young adult. And so I'm looking for anywhere to learn information. And so, let's just jump into your life story. So, tell me a little bit about how you ended up here in Bellingham, and let's go from there.
Yeah, so 2021, I slid up here to Bellingham. My godbrother had passed away. Shout out to Chris Washington. Transition easy. You know what I mean? That's him right up here. I keep him in the corner up here. He ran the studio up here in this spot. And we were talking about, collaborating with a clothing store and a barbershop anyways. He had the studio upstairs, and so he was in the music, super intelligent, super godly in the music. And he ended up going to Hollywood and signing with Jamie Foxx and them guys in 2021, and mysteriously had a heart attack and died. And so a few months later, I came up for a memorial, seen the building was still vacant, and I tapped up with the landlord and asked him, if I could possibly run my dream and my visions through this portal.
Wow.
And at that time, I think I was fresh out of prison, like maybe a couple years fresh out of prison from being wrongfully imprisoned, but rightfully placed. Yeah.
Elaborate on that. Wrongfully imprisoned, rightfully placed. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so I went to prison for a crime I did not commit, 100%, unequivocally. Did not commit with these punk ass people. But because I wouldn't take a deal, I was the only one to go to trial. And I couldn't take a deal for something that I didn't do. So I had to go to trial against the federal government. My case is humongous. And I stood on it. My principles was I didn't do it. And I ain't a part of no drug dealing or none of that shit. I stood on that all the way to the feds to trial. And of course they beat my ass. You know, United States of America versus Brian Womack. You know, I don't know. Our countries don't even beat America. You know what I mean? So it was just like I had to go through it, and I fought. I appealed until I finally got some relief towards the end, and the federal government allowed me to walk up out of there with my dignity, and that's how it started. So this is something I always dreamt about: a conglomerate of a barbershop, an empire. You know, just having all my crew in here, the studio upstairs, the liquor license, things of that. So all this was manifested on my journey from being wrongfully imprisoned and rightfully placed.
So,
You know.
so the being rightfully placed, you had the space to think through what this would turn out to be, understand the steps that you need to get there.
Yeah, I had to sit down, man. I was a piece of shit, man, to keep it 100 with you. Growing up, man, you know, I wasn't the best dude. I wasn't no gangbanger and shit like that because I had mom and dad. You know, I got whoopings often, you know, all the way until like 16, you know, I was getting whoopings. But I had a father and a mother, so I was just one of them dudes that had to be in the way all the time. But I would do it my way. You know, I had my own little crew, had my own little, you know, we weren't gangbangers or nothing like that, but we just had a little crew. And I wasn't the best dude, but you know what I mean? So I just had to grow up one day, and that was the day that I was superseded, indicted for drug smuggling. Man, they called me John Gotti type shit at trial. They insinuated I was like John Gotti. I never took drugs in my life, never touched them, never snorted them, never touched the ecstasy pill to this day. No drugs except for marijuana in my system. You know what I mean? So I couldn't go down for that. You know what I mean? So I had to fight. And through my fight, I learned a lot of shit, bro. I learned knowledge. Through that incarceration, I got my GED, I got educational classes, I got business classes, little certificates, you know what I mean? Just, I applied myself to come home and be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I needed that little sit down, man. I was, you know, my dad used to say, my dad broke it down to me in proper perspective one day when he came to visit me at prison. And we're a sports family. You know, I grew up with my dad. Basketball, boxing, football. You know, my family's, I got a family in the game. My Uncle Nesby Gasco played for Seattle Seahawks. My dad was a professional semi-pro boxer. We just got family in the game. So that's where we came from. So my dad sat me down one day when I was in prison, not understanding. Like my first year in there, I was like, I don't understand what's going on, Dad. How can I be in prison for some drugs? Questioning God, doing all that shit we do naturally. Questioning God, our religion, you know. And he said, and he broke it down so proper that I understood it. And that's when I started to grow in prison. But he said, what's the coach do when you're in the game? And at this point, I was just all over the place. I was married, had girlfriends, and I was not the best guy I should have been 20 years ago. This was 15 years ago, so 20 years ago, up until the point I was a piece of shit. I just say it because you look at me now, you're like, damn, I would never expect that.
Yeah.
But But 20 years ago, I was that dude. So moving forward, I had to put everything together. And he said, what does the coach do when you're in the game and it's first quarter, you're traveling, you're not passing the ball, you're in foul trouble already. What's the coach do?
Stay young.
Come on, man. I'm 35 right now. I'm a 35-year-old baby at this point because I'm in federal prison. And I ain't never been to juvie or none of that shit. I was protected by mom and dad. I'm in federal juvie. I'm in a federal detention camp and with the big boys now. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I don't understand none of this shit going on. But when he hit me with that, I was like, damn, I gotta wake up. Yeah, I was in foul trouble in the first quarter. And my dad said, but get your shit together, get your mind, because you're a good player type shit. This is what he said, but you'll be able to get back in the game. And at the time, I had a big sentence hanging over my head. I had like 109 months hanging over my head. I'm like, man, actually at that time, I had 264 months hanging over my head because the Fed said if I go to trial and I blow trial, a scare tactic, they're going to give you that 265. So that's like 27 years type shit. But me, I'm like, fuck them. I didn't do it. Fuck it. I'm going on. They did everything to get me not to go to trial, bro. They threw me in the hole. Oh, the feds is vicious. And so it helped me though. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that said they meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. And again, I ain't understanding none of this scripture shit. I don't want to hear it. I'm in federal prison. I want to go home and see my mama, my kids, my wife, who I was already finna lose anyways. You know what I mean? It just was a matter of time. But the universe did all of this. You know, the spiritual journey that it took me on. I wouldn't trade my sentence for nothing. If I had a choice to choose between going to prison, losing one of my kids, and I got 4 of them and my grandbabies, losing a mother and father, losing a limb, talking about a pinky or a finger or a toe, you know what I'm saying, that's major, or leg, you know what I mean? Or losing one of my brothers or something like that, a loved one, or getting sick or cancer, I would choose prison. I chose just what I got. Chose just what I needed to change me. And what's crazy, before I jump back in my guy's haircut, the name of the book is Wrongfully Imprisoned, Rightfully Placed, and the story starts, and I'm not going to tell too much because it's still in the wraps, but the story starts with a year before my incarceration. True story. I'm revealing it for the first time. I told you I wasn't the best husband. I was married for about 10 years at that time, and I had 2 kids, 3 with her son. But I was a player, and I just was out there playing in the streets, going to clubs all the time, with the music business, being in a rap game, and just doing the whole entertainment thing, the bullshit. I was tired. And I had sat in my car one day and I said, Lord, I need help. I just from the soul. I was just tired of living this life. I knew I was going to lose my girlfriend anyways. You know what I mean? I already felt it. My wife. I had a girlfriend on the side that I was in love with. So I'm just being honest because my story is honest. You wouldn't know me if I wouldn't. I had a girlfriend on the side who I was deeply just falling for, and she knew about this. But I had a wife and kids I needed to stay home with. And I was conflicted. I was fighting. I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I was getting sloppy, as they say. You know what I mean? I was just getting sloppy, Stavo. Let me turn Stavo face so y'all can see Stavo's face as we talk. I was just getting sloppy, Stavo. You know what I mean? And so I was tired. I came home one day and I was like, in my truck, I'm in my Tahoe. I'm like, Lord, I'm tired. I had the blunt in my hand and everything. I do the same thing every day religiously. Come home, take care of the kids. Wife come home from work, kiss her, I'm out in the streets, strip clubbing, I just was tired this day. I said, Lord, I need help. I want to be a better father, a better child, a better businessman, a better husband. These are the words that I said. I said, I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to smoke no more. In my mind, I'm thinking I can purge the urge myself. You know what I mean? This is what I said out loud. This is what I want. And I thought it would just happen naturally, my way. But for 8 months, I continued down the same road doing the same shit. For 8 months, unconsciously forgot about the prayer and everything. I'm still back in the game deeper now. 8 months later, I'm deeper. I got the girl, she probably finna be pregnant. I'm sorry, I'm in a mess. And I'm at the barbershop one day cutting hair like this, in Canada, excuse me. I'm in Vancouver, BC.
Okay.
And 8 months ago, about 5 months after the prayer, one of my friends come in for a haircut from Canada. Got my barbershop in Canada, comes in for a haircut. They go across the border with a lot of drugs, get caught. They're sitting for, we don't know nothing about it. We sitting for 5, 6 months. We heard about it. Oh, them motherfuckers got caught. But I was the last person that cut their hair. I remember that. They my friends. Not friends, but clients, you know what I mean? And so we heard about it. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But that was the day I cut their hair, 5 months after my prayer. And then another 6, 5, 11, 6, so 12, another year after, so another 5 months maybe went by. And I'm sitting in the barbershop cutting like this, man. I turn around and I see 2 black suits come in and say they gotta deport me. I'm like, for what? What you deport me for? I'm good. Man, listen, the feds are at the border waiting for you. I'm like, man, you got the wrong dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I say, man, you got the wrong dude, Stavo. Yeah, who, me? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, they at the border waiting for you, so we need to take you to the border. I'm like, man, you guys got the wrong dude. So they take me there. I know I'm finna go home. They got the wrong dude. They got the right dude, B. They put me all in the mix. The cats that got caught, because my family name, Womack, you can Google this shit, Bobby Womack, Bloodline Womack's music, brother in the music business, Wojak, in Seattle, big criminal nation shit. They put me in the mix, being the brother that the police always wanted. They wanted a Womack. They would have settled with any Womack. Guess what? I'm the Womack they get. So boom. Back to my story for the prayer. This is just about the prayer real quick, then we can switch up. Right. Because I know I'm supposed to be there, but only after this situation, right? So I get locked up. Everything's just downhill. I take polygraphs. I pass 3 federal polygraphs. The feds, when they get a hold of you, it's over. They don't let go. And I was winning everything. I'm like, man, there's no way. I know I'm not on camera. I'm no pictures, no distributor, no hand-to-hand. I know I'm good. No, I got nothing on me. I'm like, where's this evidence? And they supersede. They go to the grand jury. They indict me. Kingpin over 100,000 ecstasy pills coming across the Bellingham border, bro. I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't know nothing. I couldn't tell if I wanted to tell. If I wanted to take a deal, I couldn't. I don't know shit for real. And so it's just, goddamn, what's getting ready to go on? So, long story short, this is just the meat of this whole thing. I'm giving you the beginning. I go to Federal Detention Center and SeaTac, Detention Center down in SeaTac, and I'm sitting there for my first week. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This shit, can you imagine? They come and get you right now. You like, nigga, I do podcasts and shit. They're like, no, we don't want to hear that. Boom. Stop. They come grab you right now and tell you, man, you got 100,000 kilos at your house. You like, nigga, what? I just left there. How? You know what I mean? That's the feds. That's how they play. And you just get caught up in the whirlwind and you're gone, right? So I'm sitting in my 2 weeks in. I'm at SeaTac and I'm confused. My mom sends me a Bible. Now, I'm a Christian going at this time, Bible thumping, thinking that God is what it is, you know what I mean? I get in there, my mom sent me that Bible day one. I picked that motherfucker up and I threw it so hard across the room. I say that when I say I was so angry with God, I threw that Bible so hard across the room. I tried to break it like down the Sims touch. I was mad at God, man. And so I just went to crying and just ripping my room up and just, how could this be happening? How the fuck is there a God? You know what I'm saying? I'm on that crazy shit because I don't understand what's going on. And so I cry it out. I come to my senses now. I say to myself, I know I'm wrong for throwing that Bible though. Something in me say I'm wrong, so I go pick the Bible up. I gotta clean my room up before count time. You know, it's 9 o'clock, so by 9:30, you got that room clean, stand in front of the door to the count. So I gotta clean my shit up fast, but I go get the Bible first. I pick the Bible up, and the Bible lands on Matthew 7:7. You know what I mean? You know, and I always tell brothers when I go speak at the prisons or to the community centers, Somebody type in Matthew 7:7 on your phone. Type it in on your phone right quick. Just watch how I do this. This is crazy. Just a verse, Matthew 7:7. And remember what I said in my truck a year before. Remember my prayer?
You're tired.
I'm tired. I want to be a better father, a better husband. I want to stop smoking. What's it say?
Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and ye shall find. Knocking it shall be opened upon to you.
I picked the Bible up on Matthew 7:7. Ask, seek, knock. I had my first anxiety attack. I thought it was a heart attack. I fell back on the bed. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even get to the button to tell the motherfucking COs I was dying. I couldn't catch a breath. I couldn't breathe. I was dying, my guy. But it was an anxiety attack. And I understood right then and there. I asked. I really wanted it. I really wanted to help. I asked for it. And what's the third one? Ask, seek, and knock. And I knocked. Man, do you know, for 7 years, ain't no strip clubs in prison. Ain't no women in prison. Got that. Ain't no drugs in prison for me. Ain't no weed and none of that for me. I got that. A better businessman, a better husband, a better father. I got everything I asked for in that truck a year before. But guess how I had to get it? Through the universe's way. Because I couldn't get it my own way. And when I got done having my anxiety attack, on God, wallahi, my witness, I got my breath together and shit. I said, man, next time, out loud, I said this. Next time, I'm going to be more specific. For real, I said that. Next time, I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to say I need help, but I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to die. I don't want to catch no disease. I don't want to die. I don't want to go out there. I need help, but. So I've learned how to use my words with the universe. Sitting in where we are today, manifesting this with my words and my heart. Everything we sitting in today, I started 2021 with this little blue hand-me-down chair that I got offline, and that mirror right there, nothing else in this barbershop. Nothing. Carpet out here was just, and I had a dream. And during my transition, because I don't say prison, during my transition, I learned how to manifest. I learned how to speak those things that are not as though they are. I learned how to become a God and not pray to a God, but become the God on earth with the Father in me. Like, I've changed my religious ways. I don't move like the normal religious person out here because I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, my guy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can you explain more though? What, like, how would it be different if you were religious and not spiritual?
So religion is based on. So to me, when I was religious, I took the pastor's word for it myself, and oftentimes the pastor never gave me the proper formula. You know, you never hear a pastor tell the congregation you're a God. But yet in the Bible, in all the books that are written about us, we are gods. And we're not gods in a way of blasphemy, because Jesus said in the book, the good book, in Psalms 82:6 or 86:2, 86:2, that ye are all gods, but you'll die like mere men in the flesh. So, and I think that's where religion messed up, because they made people believe that Jesus was here to say he was a God. And the God, the Son, the only God. But no, he wasn't. He wasn't meaning that. What he was saying is, I am a God. You're a God. You're a God. The Father is in you. He said, well, the Father, where you see me, you see my Father. I and my Father are one. I can do nothing apart from my Father. So the untamed, unconscious, evil people will be like, oh, it's blasphemy. He's calling himself a God, and he's the God. And now our church is saying that we worship Jesus as God and not the Father. But again, through training and my transitioning through, I've read I study with every religion. They used to say, Womack, what religion are you? I say, I'm trying to figure out myself. I said, the first, whatever God opened these prison doors, that's the God I'm gonna serve. I was Buddhist, Muslim, Christian, Jehovah's Witness. I went to the grandfather rocks and the teepees and sweat with the natives. I'm trying to figure this shit out, because the God that I'm sitting in here under, He failed me. That was my thinking. But after 7 years, I found out that I was the guy who fought all of these appeals. Me. Who had the energy to stay up all night and write the judges and fight the prosecutor. Me with the power of the Most High in me. Well, you see my Father, you see me. That's why I do these podcasts and where I'm at today, because I want people to see God in me. Like damn, Womack came from prison 7 years ago. He got his own empire. He's putting other people on, other kids on. You know, I'm doing exactly what I promised God I'd do. My Father, excuse me. If he let me out and bless me and give me more life.
When did you ask for that?
In prison.
How far into was it?
So I didn't come to completion with myself until the 7th year, which was this year of this journey. But to answer your question, when I was I think it was about 4 years in, and I had been different prisons. I was diesel therapy to different prisons because I was winning my case. But I think it was about my 3rd year in, I got frustrated with the Most High, my Father in heaven. And I asked why. I was out there walking the track one day, I believe, and I had a question. I said, how do you move a mountain with the faith of a mustard seed? I asked that question on my nightly walk. And it came back to me so fast that it's not, and at this time I was in Colorado, Florence Max, ADH at the Florence ADX camp in Colorado. It's like the highest camp on one of the worst prisons, federal prisons, is the ADX Max. You know, and so we're at the camp of that. So I was walking around looking at the mountains, and after reading the scriptures and all the studies, I said, how do you have the faith of a mustard seed to move these mountains? And at this time, I was struggling with being wrongfully in prison. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I don't belong here. This is not for me. These people are bad, for real, for the drug dealers. I was like a conservative white person. You know what I'm saying? I sat in the law library all day and drank coffee with the white people, and they helped me with my case. And while the black guys on the yard is, you ain't gonna ever win your appeal. You know that. I had a few brothers that believed in me, but shit, it was very, very few. It was most of the white guys that helped me. Like, man, you're gonna beat your case. But that night I asked, how do I remove this mountain with the faith of a mustard seed? And what the fuck does that even mean? Because my relationship with God is different. I talk to him like a brother in the hood. Like, my nigga, what's going on today? I'm getting transferred again. And I just had a relationship, and that's how I started growing intimately with my relationship with the Father. And I'll explain to you the Father in a second. But and so what came back to me, just me walking the track and breathing and meditating, was it's not the mountain you see in your life. It's the mountain with problem. Right? It's not the mountain I'm looking around these mountains. It's not the mountains that that the scriptures is talking about. The mountain is, what's the problem in your life that you can't get over? Mine has been wrongfully in prison. And so it was remove that fear. And then the minute I removed all of that anger and that being angry, I was started to receive. And I knew that night I really could talk to the Most High, bro. Like I had the Most High's ear. Because my heart was good. I was really trying to figure this shit out for real. And I was given to say, when the student is ready, the teacher will teach. I was ready, so I was receiving, bro, and I understood it that day. And so that's what 3 years in is when I completely dropped the anger of being wrongfully in prison and just said, you know what, Lord, teach me the way, because clearly I'm here on God's time. There ain't no, like Joseph in the book of Joseph. Joseph say, I'm not guilty of the crimes that the government brought upon me, but I am guilty of the worldly sins of this world. And Joseph was a good man. So I had to understand that when I came across that scripture, how that word applied to me. You understand what I'm saying? How it applied to us. Yeah, we are we some of us go to prison for some shit you thought you got away with karma. I went to prison for karma, bro. Yeah, to jump fast forward real quick, when my wife left me in prison, shit, Yeah, I was tough, bro.
That's a hard. I already know.
Ooh, that's hard.
I lost my girlfriend in prison when I lived with.
Stavo, I lost my wife in prison.
That's all like.
My guy, that's not cool though. So that's some comedy shit that I do. But I got to feel everything that I ever done to her and women. I felt that when in prison, bro. When she left me and then she was out there with another man and man, I gotta call home and ask the kids, where mommy? Oh, she with her boyfriend? Oh shit. I thought I was a player. For real. I thought I was a player and I could take a break up and it didn't bother me. No, this shit was, it hurts. It hits different, bro. Prison hits different all the way around the board, bro. So that's when I started to understand the spiritual walk. Spiritual, and the difference between spiritual and religious is religion is telling you what to believe in. Spiritual is showing you what to believe in. Walking you through this, like, I don't know how I made it through 7 years, bro. Can't lie to you, 7 years, 5 different prisons, and 6 months of being in the hole, in solitary confinement. They said 21 days will drive you insane. I was in there for 6 months, bro. Yeah, in the hole, keeping my sanity, my peace, you know what I mean? Seb, go lay down. My guard dog. Keeping my spiritual, you know what I mean? Man, when the spirit was telling me to give up and commit suicide, I heard all of that shit, bro. Yeah, I'm really connected. Like, I can give up, kill yourself, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna win. I had to tell that voice to get behind me, man. Really, that's what the words say. You know what I mean? So I had to do what I had to do because I didn't know nothing else but to rely on that word. But that word don't mean what it means to the church. That's different. That word is different from me. And the shit is different from you and it's different from him. Based on, you know what I mean, how you live in your life. Because at the end of the day, your cross is your cross. My cross was federal prison. That was a heavy cross to carry. You know, whatever you're going through today, that's a cross. You just got to get through it. You know what I mean? That's my advice. That's everything to these young kids growing up. Your cross is your cross. We were just talking about people today that just make bad decisions and get caught up. But that's the cross that they got to carry, and that's going to be a heavy cross. And so we just hope that, you know, we can keep these kids from messing up like that, you know what I mean? And that's the knowledge of it. It's the knowledge of it right there.
You were mentioning that like 3 years in, you that was when you like took ownership of right, like that's when you started to kind of feel the pain that you caused others and stuff like that. The shift.
Yes, sir.
What happened over the last 4 years? Like, because earlier you mentioned that it took you 7 years to be ready to move on.
Before God could see Himself in me. It's the alchemist effect. The gold is not pure until the alchemist can pour the dross out and see his reflection. Until then, he keeps putting it back in the fire. And God was doing that with me through the being in a hole, from prison to prison. You know, people trying to hurt me and threaten my life because the government's doing this to me, but no weapon formed up against me shall prosper. Whatsoever I do, I had to believe this shit. Bro, the pastor couldn't tell me shit. I'm in federal prison. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear nothing the preacher got to say to me. They used to tell me Stavo for real shit. They used to be like, Womack, you don't pray in the name of Jesus? I said, man, I gotta go straight to God, B. Excuse me, Mr. Jesus. I need to talk to the Father. That's how I live. And then when I said that to them guys at church, I pray with you, but I won't say in the name of Jesus. Yeah, Jesus, I love him. But I'm going straight to the Father. And that's how I've been ever since I've been on my journey. For the next 4 years, I'm going straight to my Father for everything. If your Father runs the kingdom, right? That kingdom come, that will be done. If your Father is in real life or in heaven, if your Father is a king, aren't you inherited the kingdom? Can't you get whatever you want? Yeah, don't you do whatever you want to do? Including having multiple relationships with people, male and female. Kings do this. Princes do this. They dad run the shit, right? Yeah, all of them. All the kings, man. King shit mean king shit. No matter, it's a new day. But again, that's where we're at today. You know what I mean? So you just got to be mindful of where it's the same spiritual journey as it was back then, my guy. You gone, God?
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, man. Be safe, man.
Always, bro.
That's my other barber, man. He didn't get to get in on the thing, man. That's Big Vic. But what was we saying again?
Just touching back on those last 4 years one more time, like, what work did you have to do when you're going straight to the source? What questions you asking? What conversations you having?
So the first 3 conversations that I knew I was connected, and I'm just being honest, it's the first time I'm gonna air this, and it could go viral because I'm releasing a lot of information for your podcast on who I am. And a lot of people probably understand that if you understand what I had to go through. And if you even my judges and shit, they don't even know why they did what they did to me. They knew I wasn't no dope dealer. There's no evidence on the books. But the question was what made me.
Like, what conversations did you have? What work did you do?
Right. So the first conversation was the mountain. And what I did is that on them nights, on certain nights, on these 4 nights in a row, was the first time in Colorado that I understood how to communicate with the Father, straight up. And so the first one was the mountain question, okay? And when I went back and felt that in my soul that night, like, damn, that was really somebody, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to me. You know what that means? That means it came from the spirit. A person didn't tell flesh and blood, didn't tell me that, right? So I'm like, damn, that's real. So I went back the next night out there on my walk. Every night I did this and talked to my father. I said, well, what is your name? Because so many people is running around here calling you Allah, Jehovah, Jireh, the Tetragrammatron, Elohim, Eloi. What is your name? What should we call you? Because remember I told you people asked me what religion. I said, what should I call you? And I walked the track maybe 2 times around, maybe this night. And the voice that the spirit that came back to me said, go back and read the New Testament and call me what my son called me. That's all I heard, bro. I can't make this shit up for nothing. Just being honest with you. I can't make none of this shit up, but it's a true story. So I was excited to get that information, and I ran back to my because count time is 9:30. So I run back, it's 9 o'clock, the yard shuts down, you gotta go clean up, get ready for count time. That's where you stand in front of the motherfucking guards and they come by and count you in. You know what I mean? You go to bed for the night, go do what you do at night. So I grabbed my Bible and grabbed some snacks and my chips and my soda and laid on my bunk and read the whole New Testament, right? And all the books, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all that, I know the scriptures in and out, bro. And all Jesus ever called them was what?
Father.
Well, that's it. So from that day, he ain't been nothing else. Yeah, we the gods. You know what I'm saying? So my Father in heaven, and Jesus said it, our Father. So I started to be like, okay, I get it, I got it. We're the gods. We're supposed to walk like gods and be gods on earth. And the energy comes from the Father. The connection comes from the Father, which is the brain, the mind, how everything. I get it. So I got him tapped in, right? So that the third night, I'm out there. I'm on
At least
something.
like consecutive nights.
Consecutive nights. I got him. I got an ear, bro. Look what you're talking about. I got an ear. I got something's ear out there that just feels right. You know what I mean? So the third question, the first question was the mountain. The second question was, who are you? And then the third one was, what religion should I? What religion are you connected to? How? The third night I walked around, I said, what religion are you? He said, obedience. Man, I left it alone, man. I went back and got on my deen, got on my spiritual journey. I started reading everything. Yeah. That's what we did here at the barbershop. We can get you a bike. You cut enough hair over here, you can get you a bike and leave work like that. Or some ninja type shit. Yeah, for real. Headquarters Barbershop. So boom. Obedience. And then the next morning, I'm in the chapel because every morning I got up and went to the chapel and I did my morning like that. I didn't do my morning like the thugs and shit. I grabbed my hot chocolate because I didn't drink coffee. And I went to the chapel and watched my little TDJs, Farrakhan documentaries, anything to do with life. And that was my office. People could come find me there and pray with them and help them understand this God movement. Again, you know, because I was talking to people on the yard about stop calling each other niggas. Let's stop calling each other niggas And this was back in Sheridan, so it had grew. Start calling each other niggas, start greeting each other in the morning as gods. And so a lot of people will come and ask me about what religion are you now? What did it? Because it's working. And I'm fighting my case and I'm winning. And I'm being transferred and I'm getting letters on the yard of people and I'm sharing the good news of the gospel with brothers. And some are hating on me. Some want to beat me up and fight me and say I'm doing wrong by saying I'm a God. But same shit they did to Jesus. But what was the question again? Because that was deep. I got off there for a second.
That was the third conversation you had.
Okay, yeah. So the third conversation was with the Father, obedience. So the next morning I went to the chapel to do my thing, and in the chapel you can sit next. When you're sitting down watching videos, there's all these lockers. I'm sure you're familiar with this, and the lockers have all the religions. Every religion you can think of has its own locker, right?
Yeah.
And every imam or priest or whatever, on the days of that worship, can go to that locker, grab whatever, prayer rugs, incense, whatever you do with your religion, right? And I was sitting there and I said, if all these religions is in prison, what's the right religion? And the second I heard obedience come to my heart, I said, damn, bro, this is good. Obedience. I said, ain't nothing, because obedience and then that's when I finally realized how to take accountability and acceptance for what I did. I did entertain these guys. I knew these guys weren't the best guys to be doing business with. They come in, flash their money and all that. I don't know what they're doing. They buying $200 worth of clothes and shit out my shop. You know what I mean? When they come get haircuts. So I'm loving this situation. Yeah. I knew that my money wasn't good, but I didn't know I would get caught up in it. So when I heard that day, obedience, and I was like, well, then I must be in here for even entertaining them. I shouldn't even entertain them guys. In my shop day one, so I took accountability. I am in here for a reason. And I'm in here for maybe my actions, my karma shit. I gotta learn something. And that's when I just started to really grind it out, really understand, really start talking to the universe and asking for what I need, including my team, everybody around me. I prayed for them. Yeah, and so in praying for good, you get bad sometimes. So you gotta weed that shit out as a God. But I try to teach all these guys, him too, formerly incarcerated African-American male, about being a God. And when you're a God, you can't lose. That's what Jesus was trying to tell us. You can still be hard, you can still be cool and hang out and be beautiful and, you know what I mean, still worship the Father. You ain't gotta be thuggy buggy. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing with us. Everybody think God is gay. I don't want to represent God. It's gay to talk about God. Shit, you shitting me. For real. Yeah, I'm a different, I was branded different. Yeah, this was real, bro. This journey was real. And I wouldn't wish this on nobody, bro. This was a nightmare from hell. On my mama's soul, it affected my mama, my daddy, man, my family, all my kids, man, But I had to go on this journey because, again, I teach people like, in my teachings, and I come to speak to kids at school, wherever you need me to speak. I was, and you heard it, I was a caterpillar. Prior to 35 going to prison, I was a caterpillar. I was ugly. Nobody plays with caterpillars. Nobody wants to go pick a caterpillar up, and you don't give a caterpillar to a girl on her, if you want to date her, you know what I'm saying? So I was a caterpillar. But then that transition, that 7 years was a cocoon. You understand what I'm saying? Today I'm a butterfly. I got my guy Victor, these guys, just people look at me and be like, man, your energy's good. Like, I got the all positive energy clothing line. That represents the attribute of my father. Just good energy, you know what I mean? And people can feel it on me. They be wanting hugs, ladies be wanting to hug me, you know what I mean? Brothers be wanting to pound me, they even ask me for hugs. I done had about 5 or 6 grown men crying in this barber chair since I've been here. Just off of just my story, like, hey bro, keep your head up, man. Could have been worse. Here's what happened to me. And look at me today. God, there's always a plan for a God. You know how they say God got a plan? No, there's always a plan for a God. You hear me? So we gotta switch our thinking up. You start switching your thinking up. Maybe you start switching up your tongue. You start switching up your thinking, your sight. Everything changes, bro. Yeah. All that screaming in them demonic people out there, that's the demonic spirits that's in them people. from drugs and shit. But if you keep your temple pure and connected to the Most High, bro, you can speak those things that are not as though they are being. I swear to you, look. My guys is my witnesses. If you need witnesses, I can bring witnesses in that's been around me for a minute or two and know that, hey, Womack, what's good? That Womack, you know, he's solid with his shit.
Where is Sweetie? She up there?
Who's good?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good. Yeah, that's another artist right there with the Dolly Productions. You know what I mean? They doing their thing upstairs. Real tough. But yeah, that's really how we're supposed to be moving, and that's the message that I have to promote. Yeah, I have to promote that message, bro.
So,
go ahead.
I was just kind of building off of it. So, like, I understand the mindset you're building over your time in prison, but what changed with your case? Like, what actually happened when you got out?
What happened?
As you're fighting your case, talk about what you're doing in chapel, the conversations you're having. But what?
Say that again.
Yeah, just what happened with the case at the end?
So at the end, I got sent home on an open. It's not a parole, but it's pretty much you did your time and you only got a little bit more time to serve, and we can put you out and then you can. Yeah. We they're not saying they made a mistake, but I got to go civil.
Yeah.
So it's our ongoing civil suits for wrongful prosecution. Like if you type my case in right now, I wasn't even exonerated yet. Mm-hmm. Spiritually, I was exonerated, but through the government, I'm still waiting to be exonerated 100%. But and that's the biggest thing. When I tell people I won, I didn't win like I won the fact that the government knew I was innocent and conceded, and I also won my spirit. Yeah. Because I also tell kids today, when I was asked on the podcast last week, what does compromising your integrity mean? What does selling your soul mean? And a lot of people don't know what that means when they're talking about these artists selling their soul in Hollywood and all that. What it means is compromising your integrity. That's your integrity. I don't know your integrity. I know my integrity. You're not getting back there. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting nothing like that in my mouth. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't doing none of that shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that with them little people. I'm not. That's my integrity. Mm-hmm. I ain't doing no drugs. I'm not selling drugs. So once you do it, you be like, I knew better, right? Mm-hmm. I knew better. I don't care what no matter what he went to prison for, he knew better, right? Mm-hmm. Huh? Yep. That was so when he went against the grain, he compromised his integrity. Mm-hmm. And because he compromised his integrity, he sold his soul. Because he sold his soul, he had to go pay that piper, which was the pen. I don't know how much time he did, but he had to go pay that. He had to go pay that fee. Me too. So when I thought about it like that, I'm like, oh man, I should have really got knocked over the head. But I got just what I was supposed to have to become the person I needed to be, man. Mm-hmm. And him too. And he's a great artist, bro. And like God. I just believe that everybody that went to prison was saved by grace. I don't care who you are. I think you were saved by grace. If you went to prison, if you ever got cancer and survived it, if you ever been in a car accident where other people died and you survived, you were saved by grace. Your story is supposed to be a trumpet for the truth, for the Father. I was saved by, wrongfully imprisoned, rightfully placed, bro. 100%. 100%, bro. Can't lie, won't make it up. Don't know how I got there. Don't ever want to go back. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. It'll change it. If you were, and Scripture says Romans 8:28. For all things happen. For all things happen for the good of those who are called according to their purpose, right? So no matter what you go on through, it was good. Psalms 119 say it was good that I was afflicted. You understand? I'm still hood, bro, but I'm giving you these scriptures. You hear me? Yeah. I'm so hood. For real. I kick it with my soldiers. I do it. I smoke weed, all that, bro. But I'm so with the scriptures because the word has to be flesh. Have you heard of that? John 1, he was with the word and the word was with him. It was the flesh. The word became flesh. So what that means to me today, now I know what the pastor said, right? Mm-hmm. The word became flesh. What's the word? What's flesh mean? You know what I mean? Jesus, okay? They say that was Jesus. Jesus came from the word. That's you. The word has to be flesh in you. You're the flesh. You got to have the word in you. You see how I spit that word? Every morning I wake up, no weapon formed up against me shall prosper. But whatsoever I do will prosper, for it's the will of the gods. It's the will of the Father, you feel me? So I say these, and my kids say them, my soldiers around me say them. These are sayings that this is the scripture in me. All that scripture that I shot to you, John 1, the book of Joseph, all of that, them scriptures have to become real in your life, bro. And you gotta spit though, when you're tempted, you gotta say, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. You ain't talking about a motherfucker with horns and a pitchfork that's down in hell. You're talking about that thing telling you to pick up that thing and shoot that person. Yeah, go to that mall today and shoot up the mall. You gotta tell them, get behind me, Satan. That's an evil thought. And if you act the evil thought out, you just as evil as the thought you acted out. Real talk, my guy. And so you were the devil. You give a fuck. All white people ain't the devil. Just those that do the devil's work. All black people ain't gods to me. All these brothers running around here, I don't call them all gods. Because the devil got to have soldiers too. So I consider this man right here, and I only been knowing him for about 4 or 5 months now. I consider him on his way to being truly a God in my heart. You know what I mean? Just by his actions, not his talk, his actions. That's a God. When you start to see, where Jesus said, when you see me, you see my Father. When they seen Jesus, they was like, man, he's beautiful. He's God. The energy on him. Like, that's what we're talking about as a people, bro. But they want us to be black and white, Crips and Bloods, Republicans, Democrats, you know what I mean? They want to keep us divided. But spiritual and religion is the difference in this world. Spirituality and religious is the only two differences in this world. Religion is of the flesh. You think you can go to church on Sunday and fuck off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's what they taught me. Yeah, you don't worry about it. You're going to be all right. God going to bless you on Sunday. Go to church, pay your tithes. That's what they taught me. The spirit is you don't get away with none of that karma. It's the laws of the universe. All the laws of the universe are in the laws of these Bibles. I don't care what Bible, the Quran, Torah, Injil, the Gospel, the law, all of it is connected to the universe. Everything, the law of attraction, all of it is all connected to the laws of the universe. They just took it and put it in their books and made their religion. So you just take it, you're the church, put it in yours. Put it in proper perspective, and you be the church, and you be the God, and see want your life change, bro. See if you the God want your life change, and you be like, I ain't praying for that no more. How you doing?
Hey Brian, it's Rebecca. I'm just gonna do some measurements in the back of those.
Oh, absolutely,
right.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about with me, man. I just want the world to know, man. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Have you heard of that story in the Bible? Yeah, I had a lot of time to read in the Bible stuff. I read. Yeah. So Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego wouldn't bow down to the king's demands. They was like, "You're not our king. Our father is king." And the king like, You think I'm not the king? I'm gonna put your ass, all three of y'all, in this furnace, and I'm gonna turn the fire up and burn the shit out of you. I'm gonna disintegrate you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna murder you. So he put them in this furnace, and these people were so devoted to this God in the heavens, their father, that they didn't even care about dying. They went in there singing and dancing and having fun, and he put them in there and locked them in and put 2 guards in front of him. When he came back, and the guards were stunned, and the king looked at the guards and said, "What's going on?" He said, "They're in there dancing." And the king looked in and he said, "I see 4 of them, I only put 3 of them in there." They were being protected by the father, where they weren't burnt up, and he opened the door. This is just the Bible. A good parable, but I'm going to bring it to home with you when I add myself into it and you hear my story, right? So they open the door and they come out with all white on. They don't smell like smoke. They don't even look like they've been in a fire. And the king says, "I want to believe in that God." And he changed all the decrees to believing in their Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego's God. That's how that happened, right? Same story, new day. I'm thrown in prison, the fiery furnace of affliction. They want to see me die because I won't submit to the universe and I won't sell my soul, bro. I've had chances to sell my soul. We talk about that real briefly in a second with Hollywood and shit. But I never compromised my integrity. And I also had a chance to sell my soul in prison and go home before all the, I heard the voice. I had to talk with my inner demon to let me go home if I sell my soul. But never mind that. So through all of this, I understood. Where was I at real quick with the
About the furnace.
the fiery furnace affliction?
Yeah.
I had to be thrown in that. Myself, Brian, for people to come home and say, "Damn, I want Brian's God." That was my decree to the Most High. When I get out, you got to put me on you got to give me what you promised me if I made it through this. And this is all that I was promised. This empire, from prison to the palace. That's in Joseph. That's the book of Joseph. Joseph went from prison for 17 years to the palace to run in the city. And so I understand my place in the world now spiritually based on how I understand scriptures. And I try to teach the brothers that to sit down in the Bible study is corny if it ain't live. You know what I mean? You know, but when you can put it in proper perspective like this and make them understand this is where we are in this struggle as a people, and this is where we sit, it starts to make sense. Like hopefully some of the stuff tonight you'll go home and be like, damn, that was deep. Like I really sat with God, bro. Myself. You know what I'm saying? When I say I sat with God, I had to sit with God for 7 years. I had to sit with myself, bro. In the whole playing chess by myself, switching the chessboard, playing myself hard though. Not playing myself on some weak shit. Turning the chessboard, trying to beat myself in the hole. Yeah, bro. So I'm learning how to be a God in self. And that's where God came out of me. The first book I ever read that put me on my journey after the Bible situation, I said, let me start reading. I've never read a book before in my life from front to cover. I'm 35 years old. The first book that came by that the universe gave me that put me on my journey was The Alchemist.
Oh,
You ever read that?
yeah, a long time ago.
The God I'm looking for. And I didn't even get the book until the end of the goddamn prison sentence. You know, I was like, oh, like maybe 4 years in when I had that epiphany that I am the God that I've been looking for. Right? Matthew 27 said, I'm the God that I've been looking for. Like, what God are you? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, who are you? What's your name? He was with me the whole time. He said, I never left you. I was always with you. And he was, bro, because all the Father's job is to do is to give you a good energy in the morning, to resuscitate your body every morning. You get up, a new day, restore your energy. Every day, the Father just restores your energy, gives you a good mind, and you go out there and make shit happen. I mean, Elon Musk, you go make it happen. Don't wait for nobody to give it to you. Whatever you need, ask the Father. He'll give it to you, all this shit, mothership, liquor license. You got to work for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to whom much is given, much is expected. And then people gonna try to tear it down once you get it. And that's weak. That's he a nigga. That's what they do, bro. So I'm here to say, being a God is beautiful. Once you accept it, it's beautiful. And it's not about a color. At the end of the day, it's not your color. It's your heart. Yeah. So that's what I like to share with everybody. That like this was a real journey that an innocent person took, and even my judges. I had to forgive them. I had to really forgive my prosecutor. You know how hard that was, bro? That took longer than I didn't forgive them I didn't forgive them until after I came home from prison. I was still angry with them, and I said I forgave them, but God knew my heart. I really had animosity for them still when I came home. I wanted to still fight and push, but God was like, let it go. I got you. The Father, let it go. You're going to be all right. And I didn't have none of this at the time. I didn't have none of it. I was in Tacoma. So when I came up here and seen this, once I got it, I said to God, oh man, you gave it to me. The way he gave it to me, no credit check, no nothing. I just had a couple of dollars saved from COVID. And I was able to just come up here and put down what I had. Again, he didn't care about me being a criminal in the past. He just gave me, he said he liked the idea of me being opening up this barbershop and having it be next level community center. And we did it. And so once I got in here, like the children of Israel, if you know about them, always complaining. Okay, God, I'm here, but damn, I ain't got no money. You know what I mean? I gotta get the sink. I need new barber chairs. Man, this is looking ugly, God. I'm crying like that, and boom. I find a barber, Peter, comes in. 2-on-1, my God good, my Father good. Peter comes in, barber. He's like, kind of special guy, he love him. He said, I know some people were giving away some head sinks, and giving away some stations. You want them? I said, for free. He like, yeah, run it. I can also hook up the plumbing. He did all that. I said, for free? I mean, but I pay you. I mean, he's like, just give me $70. Man, bet that won't. And then that's how it all been happening. And so I don't complain no more. I just ask, why complain? You know, change your tone. You know, I said, wow. Father, I need, that's how I change it. I need, yeah, you guys my witness, me in the bar, in the back, the lights, the general manager sitting right there, eating right there. Man, he came into the building, white boy, skateboarder, all that, but so intelligent with what I needed at the time. And he's helped me build the rest of my empire in the back, been an asset to me ever since. You know, I think we've been rocking with each other for 9 months, started with just a haircut. Hey man, I got this room in the back, I don't know what to do, maybe we can turn it into a nightclub. You know, start lounge with it. He was like, oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is what I do. And now we got a mothership lounge in the back, fully loaded, license, liquor license. You know what I mean? Instead of crying and whining about it, we ain't got it. Yeah, I need a recording studio upstairs. Young kid come in, want to rent it out. He introduced us to all these guys. And he's a genius. He's a 22-year-old genius. Young kid though still. So I had to take him under my wing and let him get up there and, you know, and let these guys do what they do as my young kids, because I'd rather them be up there than in the streets and in trouble. You know, I don't want to see these young brothers go back to prison, or myself. And so some of them stay, some of them don't, but the ones that don't want to do the will of my Father. And that comes from another scripture. And I'm going to end with that one, because I know I forgot your people getting fed with this knowledge right now. But when Jesus was in the temple teaching, right, and a white guy in prison taught me this, because I always call brothers my brothers. I'm going to go sit with the brothers. He's like, well, man, come sit with me now. In prison, you got to sit with your own car. The blacks sit with the blacks, the whites sit with the whites, the islanders, the Mexicans, they all sit together. But if you're spiritual like me, and I'm like, I sit where I want to sit. Because I just couldn't nobody beat me up. So but I wasn't a bully. Yeah. But you just can't bully me. I do what the fuck I want. I cut whose hair I want to cut. You can only cut black people here in prison. I'm the #1 barber on every yard I go to, because I'm a licensed barber. And so I'm like, I'm cutting hair, bro. And I need tunas and mackerels, because that's what you get in prison. Stamps, tunas, mackerels, and soda pops and chips. So I need them shit. So I'm like, man, I'm cutting everybody. So that's how I became the good guy on the yard as far as that. But this is how we move. So Mr. Springer, one of my spiritual mentors, older white man, he's my version of Jesus. And it ain't got nothing to do with white. This white man was righteous as shit. You know, he didn't move. Mr. Springer, I'm taking some fruit back to Bible study in my pocket. He like, oh man, what did Jesus do? I'm like, man, nigga, we're in prison. I'm gonna take this oranges back. He's tonight with my Bible. Don't do it, Womack. That's the temptation of the flesh. I'm like, damn, Mr. Springer, I put the apples down. Chicken days and shit, we've gotten to fight because I'm taking the chicken back. I'm taking the chicken back to the, he's saying don't steal. If they say leave it in the kitchen, leave it in the kitchen. And it's hard for me to learn these principles. But I'm a student learning who to be, right? So this is the reason why I don't even take nothing from the store and all that shit today, because I've been taught these principles, you know what I mean? So Mr. Springer, he say, why do you come sit with me? And I say, I gotta sit with the brothers. He say, no, you come sit over here. He said, stop calling everybody your brothers. I'm like, what do you mean they're the brothers? You know, he said, no, but Jesus, remember when Jesus was in the temple and he was teaching and Mary and them guys left him and they came back, but they couldn't get to him because he was in the temple and there were so many people in there, they had to sing word through the crowd to Jesus, who was teaching at 11 years old. Your mother's outside waiting for you.
With my family.
He said, my family, they said your family's out there waiting for you. He said, my family is the ones that do the will of my Father. What he meant by that is my family is the one doing right. My family sitting there listening to me talk about my dad, my Father in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that to me, I'm like, yeah, I stopped calling brothers brothers. You over here selling dope, you over here pimping and beating up women. And no, you can't be my brother. You're not doing the will of my Father. You understand what I'm saying? And so that has to be implemented in your everyday life that you get up and live. And I tell people, either you're going to be God or you're going to be the devil. That's what you get up and choose when you wake up in the morning. You are made in the image. That's the image of God. Him, you, anybody. The image and the likeness is the part we struggle with. I know the image, it says in the Bible, you were created in the image and likeness, right? The image is this. The likeness is to be like God. Can you really, if a bad woman come around here today or some drugs come, can you turn it down? Can you tell it to get behind you? If an evil thought commits suicide, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit tomorrow. Can you tell that evil thought to get away from you and live through that's God. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we gotta really be on. So I try to push that in my everyday urban barbershop cutting. Man, listen, I'm as plain Jane as you. I just been through some shit. I got a testimony, bro. But I've been through some shit, and I think you might want to be a part of this shit. If you like receiving all the shit you prayed for, I'm just keeping it real. When you pray for it and you get it right away, I think that you would want to experience that, right? Mm-hmm. Lord, I need this. Can I get it? But your heart has to be good, and your mind has to be clean, bro. And that's easy. It's not hard. It's not hard, Bree. Because God is always testing us. Like, I've been tested so many times. I've been in the store and the lady in front of me, and I'm the type where I gotta be told 3 times. I'm just that type. I'm a hard-headed spiritual leader. You know what I'm saying? With my father, I'm hard-headed. Take 3 times sometimes, now 2, but 3 times for the father really to get my attention. And it happened like I be at the store and I got money and somebody in front of me don't have nothing. And I hear my spirit will just be, buy it. This shit, I don't know how much that costs. So I hear it in my head, but I speak it out loud. So, perfect example, I was down in, it was with my mom. I was down in Tacoma, and I was at this the Big Lots, and this lady was in front of me, and she had a little baby, and I was just looking at the baby because the baby looked like it was damn near probably 3 days old type shit. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. I'm just a human being, a spiritual being on an earthly journey. So these are my earthly words. But I was looking at the baby, and I was like, "Damn, the baby looked like it's only 3 days coming fresh out the hospital." And the mom was just putting shit on the counter. And I got a Fatherhood the Foundation. Like my foundation called Fatherhood the Only Hood. Let me say that. And I love kids. I love mothers trying to do something, and I hate that fathers aren't around. And I want to try through my foundation reunite fathers with their kids and show them how good this shit can be. But so that's what got my attention on the girl. And the father says to me, "I want you to help her." I'm like, "How?" First time. I said, "How?" Instead of just whatever I can do for you. I said, "How?" And then I see the lady scanning her stuff. She says, "How much is that?" She was like 27 or 28 bucks. And then she was like, "How much is that?" And she was like, "You don't have enough on your card." So she was like, take that off. And I'm like, then I was like, oh shit. And I was like, she taking too much off, Lord. You know what I'm saying? I know what he said. He said help her. But I'm like, man, she taking too much off, Lord. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's about 50 bucks. I think 37 or 40, 50 bucks, one of them, somewhere in that area. And so my mom's standing there and I was just like, ma'am, put all that back on there. She put it back on there. I'm mad though, because, I don't like getting money out of it. I just got out of prison, man. But I'm learning. That's what the Spirit does to you. So I ended up giving it back. Brian, she's already gone out the store. I said, but first I said to the cashier, "How much is all of that you just put back?" I think she said like 37 or something, like 38, somewhere in there. Yeah, so I was like, "I'll get it for her." She was like, "Oh my God, for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hurry up, so I'm running out to her." She's already out the store. I run it out the store. My mom's in line next paying for our stuff. I run it out the store, run it down, and give it to the one. It's a car seat. It's the thing that goes in the car seat that keeps the baby from moving around. The snake type thing over the body, right? And then it's like a car seat clamp. One of them, because I guess she got an old car seat or whatever. But I run it back out to her. It's a nice little bundle. I give it back to her. She just looks at me. She said, "Thank you so much." In Spanish, hola, whatever, and starts crying. I said, no, thank you from God. Thank God. Don't thank me. I'll never let nobody thank me for something I do for the Father. Thank the Father. You know what I mean? Because he answers your prayer. You needed it, boom. But so I run back in the store, Mom, and I'm just getting ready to pay for my mom's shit now because I know she got a gang of shit. I got to pay for her shit on top of this. So the lady behind the counter's crying. The white man behind my mama's crying, and his white wife is crying. Just being honest, 3 white people at the counter like, "Oh my God, what you just did was amazing." And it's like, it's nothing, right? But I see how it transformed 3. And my mom was like, and my mom is a believer. She was like, "Why did you just do that?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It's the Spirit. She was like, she didn't even say nothing else. She was like, but I thought my mom of all people would know because she's a Bible thumper.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, why did you just do that? I'm like, no, God just told me to. I don't know, this guy was trying to smoke shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it be. That's how, that's my shit, B. I can't lie to nobody. I can't hold it in no longer. This is the first platform that I actually spoke about my, case from a spiritual standpoint, so people can understand. I understand why I fell from grace, 100%, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand where I'm at today and why I'm being favored so highly, from the mayor on down to anything we put our hands to out here in Bellingham, and it reminds me of again a spiritual journey of Jonah that was swallowed in the belly of the beast and kicked back out on his land to teach after the whale spit him out. In the story, the Jonah in the story of the Jonah that got swallowed by the beast, the whale, and then so he ran from his calling. Jonah ran from his calling and got swallowed up in the belly of the beast for 3 days. And after them 3 days, the beast kicked him back out in his homeland, and he began to teach and take over Naveen. Switch it over to my story. I got swallowed in the belly of the beast. When I was sitting in that detention center in SeaTac, day one, it was a big ass. It was a room just like this, in the wall, as if the walls, there was doors on the walls. But the day room looked like this. The TV room was out there in the front where the foosball table is, and you just walk the track like this, walk around all day long inside, just walk around on one floor, right? So I was sitting there one day just looking around, and it's all gray. You don't go outside until you get transferred. So I was in there for a whole year, never seen outside except for the cracks in the windows. And I said, fuck, this is like being in the belly of the beast. You can hear your echo. All of us is in the belly of the beast, having fun, kicking and drinking, and you know what I mean? And I'm conscious, like, so there was so many awakening opportunities for me to understand what I was going through when I was going through what I was going through. Like, this is all spiritual, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing but the spirit of God of the Father trying to show me what's really going on. This shit is real, bro. And so that's a journey that I want everybody not to take, but reap the benefits of hearing this story, bro. Like understanding my story. If you think I'm lying, look around. Take them on the tour and show them the building.
Yeah,
I'll
walk around after.
Yeah, show them. I spoke it all into existence from prison. I have a journal in my book that I just found probably about 3 weeks ago. A journal of all the stuff that I was writing down, bro, in prison. And I said I was coming home to take over the land. I can't lie to you, bro. In my book, I read some of the stuff with my girl the other night, my queen, and I was amazed at myself, bro. Even to this day, talking about the 5-star barbershop with the monitors and the chicken and waffles and the club in the back, I wrote that in my journal and I got it dated. I always dated my journal, and the journal tore up, but I just found it moving into my new house on the hill that God gave me. Man, when I tell you this shit is for real spiritual journey, bro. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm in line. My favor is I've been struggling, waiting for the universe to bless me. And I've been doing the right thing. I've been taking the right path instead of the wrong moves. And I'm like, man, so when it starts happening, I start receiving and understanding, and then I want my people. I want Stavo. I want all these guys. I want you. Anybody around me, I want to share the secret with you. Because if you don't come around me, you don't get the secret. Mm-hmm. And if I ain't coming to you where you work at and being asked to come, talk in front of the crew, you're not receiving this. So this is for the people that want to receive it. It's a gem, bro. Swear to God. This is a gem, bro. I can't lie to you. And it's not has nothing to do with me, bro. It has everything to do with the Father that we supposed to be representing down here on earth. Not Jesus. We are not supposed to be representing, but we'll talk about that on another day. But to talk to you about that music thing, compromising your integrity real quick. When I was down in 2004, I was down, and this is for the compromising your integrity. When I was down in Hollywood in 2004, I had the opportunity to do comedy and to do a comedy movie from a friend that was my friend in Canada. I was still living in Canada at the time. And so I went down there. I explored the movie. It wasn't a good movie for me. It was called, the name of the movie was called Packing Heat. And it was about a black police officer, a comedic police officer. He was a comedian. And he was like Jackie Chan, that type of shit, you know. But it wasn't. That's what was portrayed to me. So for my first time in Hollywood, I'm down there meeting these directors. Jonathan Yeager, if you ever see this, shouts out to you. He was a major producer in Hollywood, film producer. So they called me down there for the scene. I get down there. I get it's a $7,000 shoot. They give me $3,500 up front, cash up front, because I'm a new kid. So I don't know nothing about the contracts. I don't know nothing about readings or none of that. I just take $3,500 in Hollywood, and me and my brothers go kick it. I had both my brothers with me. We down there in limos. We kicking it. We kicking it with all the celebrities, bro. We're meeting all Magic Johnson basketball thing. Martin Lawrence was there. The Loonies were at all the part. We're feeling like the shit. Hollywood, right? They laying it out for you. The play. This is the play for the underlay. So we out there kicking it. Boom. Friday night kicking it. Saturday night super kicking it. Now they think we're the shit now. You know, we got fake jewelry on. We got the earrings and shit back then, and we just look like we're coming out the limos from the record label. So we're looking official, right? So Sunday we hung over, and Sunday's the shoot. Monday's the photo shoot, the rehearsals and shit. Sunday night's the rehearsals, then boom. So that morning, me and my little brother rolling up weed, talking about the night before we ended up taking Daryl Strawberry's nephew's girlfriends from him, taking them back to the mansion we had. And so we having a good night, right? So that morning we talk about it. And my brother say, B, you know, my older brother who's my manager, but he's just looking out for me. He say, B, you got the shoot tonight. You know, what's the scene? Have you got the script? I'm like, nah, I ain't got the script. It's like 10 in the morning. So he said, man, get the script from Craig. So Craig, my homeboy from Canada, that put us in the movie. So I say, Craig, bring us the script. So he come downstairs, he throw the script on the table like this, boom, and take off. He don't even stop or say nothing. So I'm rolling the weed up, smoking with my little brother over here. I slide it down to my brother, and my brother said, but what's your character? What's your part? So I say, Craig, what's the character? What's the part? He was like, first scene, camera pans down on Blair. Blair's your character. I said, and he leaves and walks out the door. He knows that what he's giving us ain't gonna sit right with us. So he drops it on us like, pew, and leaves to hit the front door. Before he hits the front door, it's about that longer walk like this. I say, what's the character? He shoots it back to me. So I'm talking to my little brother like this, boom. He my big brother reading the shit. He like, That's all I hear him say, And I don't say nothing. He like, damn, B, who's your character? I said, Blair. We say Blair or some shit like that. He like, man, read this. So he passed it over to me, and I look down, scene one, verbatim, because I know how to read and shit. Verbatim, camera pans down on Blair, chasing a fugitive through the alley wearing a halter top and Daisy Duke pants. So I'm like, yeah, I'm chasing him. I'm chasing the motherfucker through the alley. He wearing some Daisy Duke, whatever. I don't know nothing. I don't know what that shit is. He like, read it again, bro. You wearing this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I read it again. I'm wearing this shit. Daisy Dukes and a halter top chasing this fugitive. I said, hold on. So I said, what's Daisy Dukes? He like, you know, Daisy Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard, the booty cheeks hanging out there. I'm like, oh. I say, what's a halter top? And he do like this. I said, huh? I said, man, you see my stomach? I said, hold on, man, call Craig. We call Craig. Craig gone. I call Craig, or he might be on the car or something. He going out the house. I said, Craig, what type of movie is this? Come back up. Where's you at right now? Get here right now. I said, and it's called Packing Heat. What the fuck is this shit all about, Craig? So Craig get back to the house about 2 minutes later. He walks in. He might have been in the garage or something. He was like, man, what's going on? I was like, man, what type of movie is this? Packing Heat? What's this about? Girls and guys? He said, no, it's like if the world was the other way around and liking guys was normal and liking girls meant you was gay. That was the movie. Like, I'm like, huh? The first time this shit ever happened. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, it's just a different movie. He said, just think of it like this. It's a B-list movie. If you ever want, it's a C-list movie. If you want to get to B-list with your other bigger movies and A-list, you got to do movies like this. I said, He said, yeah, well, Will Smith, all your greats did it. I said, no, they didn't, bro. Will Smith ain't, at the time, 2004. I said, Will Smith ain't never did no gay shit like this, bro. He was like, yes, he did. I'm like, Will Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy? No, they didn't. He said, yes, they did. I'm like, man, fuck what you talking about. I ain't doing this. He said, well, you want to give them the $3,500 back? I said, huh? He said, you want to give them He said, because you spent the $3,500. How much of that?
Thanks, I'll see you later.
All right, have a good one. He said, how much of that do you have left? You gonna give that back to them? I'm like, I only got like $800 left. I partied the weekend. We party. So I'm like, man, you can have this little funky ass 800 back, but I don't know what to tell you. I ain't doing no gay movie. He said, well, then you gonna get blacklisted and you'll never be able to do a movie in Hollywood again. He showed me all the real shit that Cat Williams and them niggas is talking about today.
I saw that, the Shannon Sharp.
All of that, I've been on. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, they gonna, because I was scared. I thought they was gonna put the mob on me and make me get that money back. I just don't know. I know Hollywood movies. So I said, Mom, they making me they want me to do this gay movie and I don't have the money to get back to them right now. So what we gonna have to do? She was like, you guys just bring your asses home and we'll deal with it later. Boom. So we ended up going, I ended up telling Craig, I ain't got the money, I don't know what to do. I ain't doing no gay movie. And it's a lot of gay shit, soft gay shit, like holding another man's hand, her cuddling the man. I just ain't doing it. That ain't me. So I said, is there anything else we can do? He was like, nah, not really. I'll check with the directors. Boom, bye. So nothing we can do. So we end up, I ended up having to read. And this was the setup. Here's the underlay. I got to read because I got the money. Least you got to do is read. And so I'm like, well, read what? So they sent me this shit to read. I'm like, man, I ain't standing next to no other man saying this shit. I said, I'm gonna stand next to my older brother and read this shit, and he gonna be the character I'm reading to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't reading to him and looking at another man's eye. And no, I just can't do it. I ain't gay though, bro. I'm more homophobic. It's 2004. I wasn't ready for this shit. I wasn't ready for Hollywood like this. So long story short, we pull up at the house. There's a line of characters. Of all the characters that's reading that night, right? And mind you, I got a little bit of curls, like my curls over there in this picture. I got the baby curls back then.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you see, this is, I got the baby curls, and I got the little dye in it. So this is back then, right? So I got the little light dye like your shit in my shit, right? So I look at all the character line of Blair's. Oh my God, these guys are flaming. Boiling hot fruit cakes. Man, I'm just keeping it real. I walked by 3 of them and I said, oh, they finna get the part. Yeah, I can't do this. So I go in, I do my reading with my brother. Now in front of cameras now, right? This is where they get you. This is where compromising your integrity comes in. For real. There's cameras, you gotta read. Only for what it is. If they can be like, you got to suck dick, I just go through the motions of sucking dick. And they do that shit. And now you got cameras live, just like these ring lights on you. And you got to read whatever script's in front of you. So I'm reading the script, Jonathan Yeager. And so I'm in the restaurant real quick. I see my lover. It's supposed to be Jonathan, but I see Jonathan and a girl. Jonathan's supposed to be my lover. And my partner with me is just a flirt like gay guy, which is my brother. Girl, everything's supposed to be that old shit you're supposed to do. So I see we're supposed to make eye contact. He walks by me and tries to tell me to keep it quiet but flirt like type shit, right? So that's the setup. He comes by, he walks by me, he has a pen in his hand. I didn't see the pen. He sticks the pen in I'm fully closed though. He sticks the pen on me like in my ass, right? I'm like, hey, nigga, what the fuck? I said, hey man, time out, man, cut this shit, man. I say, man, what you doing, bro? Don't do that shit, bro. And I got hit it. They laughing, don't worry about it. I'm like, nah, bro, we don't do that. I forgot they was recording. They still have that somewhere today. But it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Now, if I'd have took the pencil with a laugh or a grain of salt, I could be your next Will Smith, bro. Denzel Washington. Yeah, I could have been. I can't fly like that, dog. Yeah, I had to go. I had to get up out of there, bro. And so after that, we left. And man, we never went back, bro. I ain't been back to Hollywood since. Fuck Hollywood, all that shit they talking about down there is real, bro. All of it is real. They predators, they preying on kids. I seen it firsthand with I ain't going back.
What do you think about the You kind of mentioned it earlier, but the Drake and Kendrick thing. What do you think?
Man,
That's just what's going on this week, last week. But
what you think as an artist?
Yeah.
Get you some time right quick.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I think most of it was scripted.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. I think it was both of it because it's like
by both
just how
sides.
they came, it came back to back to back.
Mhm.
Which I mean, I ain't gonna say it might have not been with the Drake situation. I don't know. I mean, people been saying that about him,
What?
about the kid situation.
Mhm.
But also,
They threw that out. I don't follow that
Yeah,
bullshit.
see, Kendrick threw that out. That I don't know. I was like, I can't. That ain't nothing like to just go with. That ain't like the.
You can't just throw that out.
You can't throw that out there. But you also, I mean, if it's true, it's like that's
Yeah.
crazy. But I'm like, bro, he is the biggest star in the world. I don't see how you get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. If you was doing it, if you feel like
What did they say? They messing with kids?
that's what Kendrick tried to say. Yeah, Kendrick tried to bring up like him grooming girls and stuff. Yeah, they both were just
Kids like babies or
like
25,
like
6,
teenagers and all that.
yeah,
But
18, 19.
I was like, that ain't nothing you could just get away with.
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? Not
Well,
that you can, but you
Yeah, the
can't.
fuck you can.
But
Hollywood, Hollywood good, bruh.
Man,
If
yeah,
you the
man.
top man, man, you the top man. You got because you gotta understand Hollywood. This is why I say to me,
Yeah.
fuck both of that. Both of them dudes for what they doing because you're perpetrating perpetrating a war again. You're doing you trying to do the Biggie Pac shit again.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. It's two things though. I'll say it was good for hip hop for them to be. It was good for hip hop. But I'm gonna say this: everybody that's dissing Drake at one point praised him for him helping them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How can this be good for hip hop when
The
this
music.
is just these are two people talking about your babies and your moms
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this shit is garbage, bro. It's a distraction. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a motherfucking distraction in the black community. And first thing we do, you hear about the Drake, you know how many times in the last 3 days I done said fuck Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Nigga, I ain't listening to that shit. And I'm a spiritual being. I like music. But that's hate. That's evil. And if you guys together are creating evil, the masses is getting caught up in that. The arguments is, nigga, I fuck with Drake. No, I fuck with Kendrick for it. Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
And then other shit spiral out. That's a distraction. And again, that's not for God's.
And his house ended up getting shot.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. This is a whole bunch of. Why would you perpetrate that? Because it's. I'll tell you what's getting ready to happen in a God sense. Our culture's getting ready to fall because we've had the power to raise up a nation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like with the election, it's pretty similar. It's they're coming at each other with.
Yeah.
They're running from something, not towards something. You know.
Absolutely, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
The Kendrick Lamar, the Puff Daddy, the new Biggie kid that's coming out sounding like Biggie Small. It's a distraction. Man, we gotta wake up. The culture is distracted. The pedophilia is real. The child pornography is real. They're doing it. They can tag anybody on it because they control it. At the end of the day, the government controls the narrative. All them niggas is puppets. And I use that word niggas because they niggas, they're not gods. Like I said, you're either the devil. This is what I said to my son the other day. And he's a hip hop, he's a trapper. He likes the trap music type. All that shit, Migos, all that shit, right? I say, if Jesus was riding in the car with us right now, let's hear your music. He put his music on. I said, let's hear my music. I just put some regular, I think it was one of these gospel rappers that I was bumping, right? Lecrae. Yeah, I put the Lecrae on. And I said, if Jesus was in the back seat, who you think his head would be bumping the hardest music listening to? And this is just another godly kid. Yeah, he was like, I said, I'm just asking you. What do you think Jesus? No. I said, you think Jesus be listening to this? He's like, but it's the music of the time. That's the mentality. That's the generation. You think Jesus be bumping, praising Kendrick and Drake? I like both of them dudes until this shit. I'm not picking a side on some garbage. Yeah, I fucks with Drake. I fucks with Kendrick on some shit. Kendrick lost me when he went dark after the Super Bowl and shit like that with his, demonic videos and shit. And shit. But other than that, I know the light. And if anything to keep us from the light is evil and dark, bro. And that's that music that's coming out. That's that Drake shit. If you caught up on that Drake shit, you caught up in the web. I don't listen to that shit. That ain't good music to me. I try to say, I'm a fan of music. My bloodline is the Womacks. Bobby Womack, been in the music business over 50 years. My brother, music business. Some of the tightest lyricists in the game under my name, my last name. And that's not music, bruh. That is not in music what we listen to when we talk about your babies and your mama and your daddy. What the fuck? That's some garbage. Shit he talking about, real music. That's why I can flow. And he know. I tell you if your music weak. I tell all them niggas upstairs, man, give it up. All them little kids, man, give it up. Y'all shit ain't working, B. You can go get you a job. I tell them. But if your music, I think, can inspire light, the record company I want to envision in the next year is a record company of positive music. Light. Just light. You can't break us down because you don't control us. We own our own money. We got our own bank. We own our own bars. We own our own shit. So you can't tell us how to do our music industry. We not selling out. We not letting you hump nobody. We not sucking no dicks for record contracts. We're doing this all off the sweat of us, God's, and what the universe provides for us. The seeds we plant and the harvest we pick. You know what I mean? That's what our record label is going to be about. And they can't deny us. We the Womacks, and we've been here. This is just extra. But our family line, like I said, in the music, and now the next generation, all of my nephews, my brother's kids are in the music business. All these guys in the music business, tough. My son, two of my kids are singers, R&B singers. One goes to Sarah McLachlan School of Art, so in Canada. So music is in us. But the difference is we won't compromise our integrity. As fathers, we didn't sell out, so we're not gonna let our seeds sell out. And so we are pivotal pioneers in this game for the Northwest. That's why we're doing the Evergreen Music Festival, July 6th and 7th in Bellingham. You know, we got artists coming up from LA, Seattle, Portland. My guy Stavo's headlining the act with another great celebrity that we bring it up, special guest performance. So, you know, this is what we do in the community, man. We about teaching knowledge of self, and also, black excellence, BIPOC excellence. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying white people can't come get down with us, but you got to know what you're walking into. This is who we are, and we're trying to protect this culture. You know what I mean? You are a part of the culture. What's your nationality?
I'm white, but Irish.
White guy.
Yeah.
But you know the culture. You're a part of the culture. And so the culture comes with a whole different, you understand what I'm saying? The culture is different than just being a white boy dancing in the club. The culture is doing the stuff that, this type of stuff, meeting us, feeling us, recording it, and putting it in a part of your show, letting them know that this is who you communicate and interact with daily. Brothers like this, Stavo, this is how your show grows, by networking with positive energy and not negative energy. So that's just what we struggle to promote and be on out here, bro. Mm-hmm. From the front door to the back door, upstairs down. You just it's a gateway of entertainment and just success up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody that mess with me, that are signed to this and are signed by the Most High are winning right now. Yeah, him included. Yeah, they getting shows booked. We got Batman Smooth. You just did a podcast on him. These are young brothers in the community. Within 2-3 years, I'm not gonna say 5 or 6. I'm gonna say within the next 2 years, name gonna be out there in a good light. Mm-hmm. And we don't need Hollywood. We worldwide. We Dubai, China, Japan, Africa. Where they want to hear good music and hear vibrant, danceable music, but still have a meaning and some type of chord to it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay?
One more question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you tired anymore?
Am I tired?
Yeah. When you had that moment where you said, I don't want to be tired anymore. Do you feel tired now?
No, that was prison, bro. I slept for 7 years. I had good sleeps in prison. Yeah, it's no time to sleep. Yeah, and I always, and I like to share this with people as they're going out. This is perfect timing. When I was in prison, I studied the ants. Because the Bible says study the ants in Proverbs. You want to know how great God is, He, I, the Father, study the ants. I was in Texas my last 2 years. I was in Texas for 4 years. And I got to see ants, piles out there. So I would go out to the yard and I would study the ants. And I would see the ants work. And I never knew an anthill was built by one ant taking one grain and taking it to the top and going down to get another grain. And then this one doing the same thing. This one doing the same thing. And they're all doing all together. Then there's ants that stay down low and protect the queen. There's ants that are nurses, nieces, whatever. Then there's ants that go out. So one day I had a chance to follow the ant, one ant out. This is a deep story, cousin. I got to follow the ant out. And I went down there with my Bible one day to sit on the bench, one of them long benches, baseball benches. And I said, where is this ant going? I seen him come out the hole, big, a little bigger than the rest of the ants, come out the hole and walk the whole way down. And I slid down with him. I said, he a hard-headed ant. He not taking his brain up. And where is he going? He hard-headed. What the fuck is he doing, right? I'm sitting outside. It's like 89 degrees outside. So I slide down. I watch him all the way down to the end of the bench. He do his thing, man. About 15 minutes watching him. He mobs. It's a mob. He mobs to the end of the bench, grabs this big-ass twig. I'm talking about, man, he had to do a 30-minute journey. Turned into an hour journey, right? About 45-minute journey. He gets this twig and he pulls this twig back and he drops it and he picks it up and he drops it. And I want to help him, but some says don't help him because he's gonna run off and fuck the twig off. So, but he's pulling this big. I don't understand why he passed up so many other twigs on this route, bro. And I'm sliding back down, watching him all the way back down. He is working his ass off to pull this motherfucker to wherever it's going. Yeah. And I'm just watching him. I don't disturb him. I'm like, yeah. So he pulls this shit up the anthill. He pulls it all the way down the anthill. He lays it over the anthill hole and goes inside. The minute he goes inside, the thunders and roaring of the shower rain that came down on the yard, flooded the yard out. We had to run for cover under the shelters until they came and unlocked the yard for us. It flooded the whole yard out. I was sitting there while everybody was tripping and yelling, "Man, this shit crazy." How in the fuck did this ant know? And what it did was, it blocked, when the mud came down, it blocked the hole and made a door. Just, if a little bit of mud got in there, rain or whatever, but trust me, he saved the whole colony from being flooded out. That's the only thing I can relate that happened. Yeah. Then I was like, how did I didn't know it was finna rain? I'm sitting out there, just watching him the whole time, and as soon as he drops the hole and goes in, I'm talking about milliseconds, boom, and it just showered the yard. And I said, damn. And I studied the ants, and I said to myself, closing, I wonder, do ants, when they walk by each other, be mad at each other? Fuck you, nigga. Gangster. What up, cuz? What up, blood? Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What do they say to each other when they're walking or working by each other all day? I watched them. They never bumped each other. I mean, they work like them and they never bumped each other. They never fought each other. They in unison. I'm talking about they working for one common goal. The queen and to protect the colony. We don't even protect this is our colony. You, me, we're a super colony. They call the ants a super colony. They said if the ants took over the world right now, they could block out the sun and put a blanket over the earth to block shit like that, the universe that we don't even have access to, bro. But we're really supposed to be the super intelligent ones. But we can't even get along with you because you're white. And your family don't like them family because they're Asian. And Asians don't like us. You know what I mean? But we're all one colony, and this is the reason why I said the ants is what I mimic. In this shit, we're ants. Do I get tired? I go to sleep. But this right here, moving every day, is what I tell the kid. Don't move. Stay moving. Yeah. Stay moving. Sleep when you're dead. Sleep is when you need to sleep. But if you stay moving, you stay running into your blessings. Yeah, you can't run into your blessings, bro. Sleeping. I wouldn't have ran into you if I didn't have this shit open. So do I get tired? No. I get the energy to get up, and I'm so inspired to see what the universe gonna give Brian James Womack. What? Because it's gotta be good. I ain't taking nothing bad, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit if it's bad. I don't care what it is. But if it's good, I'm receiving it because I need it, and I know it's for me. Same shit with my guys, dude. You too. You should wake up expecting good things to happen. I don't know, man, 100,000 views, 300 million views. You know what I mean? You gotta manifest it. Yeah, if you don't manifest it, shame on you. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, motherfuckers don't even know what they want. You ask somebody really, what do you want? I don't know. That's a good question. Shit, I know what I want. If somebody asks me what I want to be peaceful. I want to be serene. I want to be financially stable. Not rich, financially stable. That could be rich in somebody else's eyes. But financially stable is just, well, I don't have to worry about bills. I can go on trips. I want to be able to help people when I have it. If I got money in my bank account, I want to be able to help other people. You know, give to inspire them, not give to them, inspire them. And so that's the mission I want. And every day I get up and fulfill that. And so I'm just an example or evidence of a divine presence, bro. Yeah, I don't know what the Father's name is. I just know my Father, who art in heaven, and hallowed will be his holy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth and in this barbershop and in the heavens. So on earth is the barbershop. On earth as it is in heaven. So whatever's stored up in heaven, I need that down here too, homie. For real. Yeah, I don't think like a slave. I don't think like somebody that's been incarcerated. I think like a God today. I need that. Yeah, I'm waiting on a new car right now. Patiently. I'm getting little buckets here and there, free. Well, I'm thankful. That's not what I want. I'm waiting on that nice Land Range Rover Black, smoked. I'm just telling you now. So when you see me, it was on the podcast. I should have it real fast. Yeah, the Lord knows I need it. I'm working hard for it. So yeah, that's how I do it. And when it comes, it's like a lottery ticket. Why play the lotto when I got the Father? Yeah, I don't need all that. I just need a little bit, Lord. So yeah, that's what we do, Ken. Yeah. Headquarters Barbershop. Fatherhood the Foundation. All Positive Energy. Smash Alley. Mothership. Godly Productions, Be Smooth Enterprises upstairs. And we also have a barber's college that we opened up September.